Hello everyone. I hope you're having a great day. So today we're going to look at these three things that if you get them right, you'd be doing very well for fundraising for your development projects, social projects and things. So what are these three things? So I have them as like questions. So the first one is the whys. I mean, there are a couple of whys I have in mind. That's why I put whys, which is first one is why funds? I mean, why do you need funds? That's one thing. So you need to be clear why you need funds. That's something, a technical term is called project justification management. I mean, do you have that? Or you could be like looking for operational funds, for example. So why do you need funds? That's one. And why should a development organization, I mean, or a funding organization should fund you? So that's another why. Like, so this is from your perspective, and this is why funding organization should fund you. So that's one why, and this is another one. Next, we look at the second one is really important because any development organization that funds project, they actually want to make sure that every dollar they give or spend is really well used and there is not a better candidate. So they want that, like make sure that this is the right project they are funding. That's the intention. I mean, in reality, we may say different things, but so this is what the whys are. The whats are you really need to be clear in terms of what are the requirements. So what sort of funds do you need? I mean, and many people don't have a clear idea. Think about yourself. I mean, are you clear? What do you need exactly? Think of how much you need, or do you need funds for running your organization, or what sort of things in terms of some support in kind or some kind of monetary support, those sort of things. So what exactly do you need? So like this covers sort of like how much and cash or kind, this sort of thing. I mean, this sort of support. That's what. Also, in the whats, remember what are the options. So, what are the options? And this is very important because there are so many different ways to raise funds, and sometimes you are submitting a proposal, sometimes you are doing a crowdfunding, sometimes you are approaching individual donors, sometimes you are approaching corporate donors, many ways. So what are your options? Can you go for all of them? For example, some of the organizational ones, you may not be able to do that because you are really in a situation that you are not yet ready to apply for those funding. And also another what is like, what is your current situation? So in terms of, I think with options, that kind of your situation, like, okay, are you ready? I mean, what capacity have you got? So think of all those in the whats. Then comes the how. So knowing your own situation and also knowing all the options you have, it's really now time to say how are you going to get that fund? How are you going to raise funds? Like, for example, in terms of options, like, okay, are you going to go for crowdfunding? Or so out of these options we looked at, now it's sort of like which one is right for you? Which one are you going to select? How are you going to implement that? And basically, how you are going to utilize that fund, because it's not about just receiving the funds, because guess what? You have to be very accountable, transparent in terms of ensuring the funds are utilized and give a very clear audit trail and all that thing. So that's also within the house. And even before submitting proposals, many organizations would want to see that. So those are some of the key points just wanted to mention. So this is very high level, I appreciate that, but hopefully this gives you some food for thoughts. If you are really serious about raising funds for your projects, then I strongly recommend keep an eye, and we'll be soon launching our fundraising course where we will break down all of these things and go into much detail of like how you do that, give you the tools for doing that, give you some sources, recommendations, and putting together a system like how you are going to raise that fund. So keep these questions in mind and stay tuned. If you're interested, comment below yes, interested, and we'll make sure that you are among the first few to hear about the course when it's ready. Thank you very much. I look forward to hear from you.